Alright, so I just got onto my break at work. I'm going to sit down and watch the Hammer and Bolter Commissar Yarrick episode. I'll let you guys know what I think afterwards. Well, that was embarrassing. To catch those of you who are unaware up to speed, Warhammer Plus is a subscription service coming out from Games Workshop that has a ton of animations plus a bunch of other features for a monthly subscription. They've taken every single fan animation that was on YouTube and have told them to either come work for them and make animations for their new Warhammer Plus subscription service, or they're going to get fined. So of course, a lot of the animators that were doing this on YouTube decided to go work for Games Workshop and continue to make animations for Warhammer under Games Workshop instead of getting fined or just stopping altogether. And a few days ago, we got a very good first look at one episode from one of those animations called Hammer and Bolter, talking about Commissar Yarrick, and well, it's disappointing. Unfortunately, it was only available for 24 hours on the Warhammer community website, but it will be available with Warhammer Plus when that comes out on August 25th, or you can probably find somebody re-uploading it on YouTube, just saying. But I was optimistic to see the first episode from a different style of Warhammer animation. I'm used to the Astartes project, which was absolutely phenomenal, and I watched a little bit of the Blood Angels project that's also coming out. Now, the Blood Angels project I had my problems with as well, but they could easily be fixed when it actually comes out on the 25th of August. This one, however, is done. It's going to come out and it's going to look like this when it fully releases on Wednesday, August 25th, and if this was still just a fan animation on YouTube, it would be great. It would be absolutely stunning. I'd have no problems with it. But the fact that this is now being produced by Games Workshop, a multi-billion dollar company, not million, billion dollar company, the quality really does not hold up to the standard you think a billion-dollar company would have. But that's the thing about Games Workshop. They don't have a standard when it comes to making money from your wallets. There's always been this underlying joke within the Warhammer community, and that's that Games Workshop only cares about making money and they don't give a damn about anything else, which, to be fair, every single company in existence wants to make money. That's the whole reason they're a company, is to make profit so that they can live their lives. There's no problem with that. However, most companies, you'd like to think, want to believe in the product that they are selling to you, so they continue to sell that product so you continue to be a happy customer and buy that product, and it's just, give and take relationship. Games Workshop, however, doesn't work like that. Games Workshop wants to continue to sell you products that make them money, but they will put all the necessary heavy details into very, very certain things, and that's their paints and their models. Everything else that has Games Workshop's name in it, they couldn't give a damn about because they know you'll buy it and they'll make money from it. And this animation and Warhammer Plus at large is just the next one of those things. The same thing can be said about vast majority of Warhammer games that exist, especially the mobile games. Warhammer Lost Crusade's intro animation cost more money to make than the game itself. And it's not the only one, but that's not what we're talking about today. What we're talking about is episode 1 of Hammer and Bolter, dealing with Commissar Yarrick, titled Old Bale Eye. The music was okay from some parts. The voice acting was probably the best part about all of it, but in terms of animation, it just really felt cheap. Numerous times there were things on screen which were just static images that really should have had more life to them. There was times where Commissar Yarrick was staring down giant orc machinery that was just completely stationary. Not even the chain teeth were whirling or anything about them were shifting or moving of any kind. They were perfectly still. And then the same thing when you had a bunch of Blood Angels come down out of drop pods, and you also had one of their dreadnoughts come out. The dreadnought didn't move. The dreadnought stood there perfectly still, and it wasn't animated whatsoever. There were numerous moments throughout the entire episode where a lot of stuff was going on and it felt really cool and it looked really awesome, and then there were other parts that just were there for the sake of being there, but they really had nothing going on. They were static, still images with questionable music or sound effects that were quite clearly stock sound effects that everyone has heard numerous times, and it takes you out of the moment when you hear it. Also, the writers for this episode, I don't think they really know how orcs work. The episode starts off with two orcs about to eat a grot, and then a bigger orc comes by and like basically grabs them by the scruff and says, hey, we don't do that. I'm gonna tell you the story of old Yarick, instead of just killing them or fighting them, because that orcs are apparently nice and kind to each other now. Since when? There's quite literally a moment where the orcs are about to fight and the biggest orc puts a giant claw around one of the orcs' necks and then decides, nah, I ain't gonna kill ya. Instead, I'm gonna tell you the story of Commissar Yarick. What? This is a fucking orc! I'm sorry, when the fuck do orcs sit around the campfire and tell stories after just about to beat on kill each other? In short, if this was a fan animation found on YouTube by someone who just wanted to showcase an idea for Games Workshop's Warhammer 40k, I have no problem with it. I think it would be awesome and incredible. And you know, it's a different telling of orcs and you know, a different way to tell a Warhammer story. But hey, it's Warhammer 40k nonetheless, and I would have enjoyed it for what it is. The sole fact though, that Games Workshop is funding this, and it really felt cheap compared to what Games Workshop can do, because we've seen Games Workshop make animations. Intros for 9th edition itself was fantastic. Introductions for the mobile game, Lost Crusade, like I had mentioned. Those animations are top tier, incredible stuff. And then they show this as a teaser, as a way to get people to subscribe to Warhammer Plus. And it really felt cheap. For a billion-dollar company, it really didn't feel well. It felt like a YouTube animation, like it was before Games Workshop acquired them into the company. And I don't know how I feel about that. I basically feel ripped off. I feel more like just a person giving Games Workshop money and Games Workshop just laughing their way to the bank. They don't give a damn about me as a person. They don't give a damn about you as a person. They just want your money. And they will get your money for as little cost as they can. And this episode that's supposed to promote Warhammer Plus to you really felt like that and really showed that. And I want to support Games Workshop. I love their tabletop game. I love the Black Library novels. I love the lore. I love this universe. But this company continues to show me that the only thing they care about is getting more and more money from us for as cheap as possible. And this whole Warhammer Plus thing, plus everything else going on, really is leaving me feeling hollow. And I don't like that. If you enjoyed the Hammer and Bolter episode, then I'm happy for you. I know there's a couple of people that actually thought it was fantastic and they were really excited to get Warhammer Plus, but there were a lot of people I saw online who felt similar to me, whereas this is a billion-dollar company and they're providing money into this project, but it really didn't show. And I hope it does in the future. But this is Games Workshop. If it looks like they don't care about something and they just want to slap their name on it so they can get profit out of it, that's probably all they're going to do.